This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the LinkUp podcast with your host, Mr. King, Kana Woods here in the building.
Hola.
My fellow Homo sapiens.
Thank you for joining us here on this episode 37, if I'm not mistaken, of the LinkUp podcast.
Yes.
And on this episode, we got a very special guest in the building, none other than Smart and Zone. Chanti is here.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
What I was what?
Oh, that was
I liked it. I liked it. Thank you.
A whistle from the hood, like when you see someone, you hear up like.
Okay. I'm not whistling that exact fashion, but I mean, I get what you're trying to do.
Yeah. But hyping it up now.
Well, welcome, Chanti. Thank you for joining us here. Talk about your latest single, among other things.
Yes. Let's do.
So, I feel like we should begin at the beginning, because this is the first time we're having you on the LinkUp podcast. So, just for all the listeners that may not be as familiar, we know that you've been doing this music thing for some time now, but just to put everything in context, started from the beginning, I guess. Like, how long have you been making music now?
Wow. Long. I'd say I started singing when I was like 8, 7. Started like singing classes and stuff, but like actual songwriting and everything was at like 14 or 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was when you say you actually wrote your first song.
Yeah, that's when I was like,
then?
yeah, like songs.
So up until that point, it was just mostly covers and stuff,
yes.
singing along to your favorite songs and stuff.
Yeah, and then maybe writing a little bit of lyrics in a book and stuff, but it wasn't really like structured or anything like actual songs.
Chorus, hook and stuff, just thoughts.
It was just like whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what? Explain your background a little bit, because it's not only you that into music, it's your father and stuff as well, right?
Yeah. So my dad is an entertainer, I would say. He also does he likes to host shows and stuff. And he makes commercials, he makes jingles, and he's really good at it. I'm not gonna lie, he made pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Sometimes he just come home with his little jingle, and he'd be like, yo, listen to this one. What you think? And I'm like, yeah, man, that one good. So yeah, he plays guitar, so music was always in the family. And then my sister is the greatest singer ever. And yeah, and then my mom, she just loves music.
Music was all around.
Yeah, it was really all around. And yeah, growing up, seeing my sister and my dad, they used to perform sometimes, and I just used to be like, I want to do it too. And yeah, that's how it started.
So how many are you? Okay, you say sisters and brothers. I mean sisters, just sisters.
No, I say sister.
Oh my! Oh, so it's only two. Oh, it's only two. Are you?
It's just me, my sister, my father, my mother.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you play any instruments, since you say your father plays guitar? Any instrumental talents?
Instrumental talent?
Instrumental talent.
Yeah, that could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, it can.
But we're talking about music.
Oh God. Anyway,
okay.
You have any instrumental talents?
Let's just say, I play a little bit of piano, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that. And then I know you were singing stuff. Didn't know there wasn't any instruments as well.
Yes.
I will make a really crude joke, but I'll keep it.
Leave that for me, please.
No, you use a different something. But
Oh Lord.
with that thing, how what your father? Would you say your father influenced you to continue doing music, or you had some you just see it from the culture and being on something?
I don't know. I fell in love with music at a very young age. I actually started off with dancing, and then at dance class, they started singing classes, and then from then I was like, Mama, this is all I want to do. I just want to do this, and I don't want to go dance anymore. And then I continued dancing and did singing, and then after, like, eventually I realized, like, singing is really what I want to do. Yeah. And my dad, like, he was always the one, like, if you want to do this, you got to do it right. And, you know, I was the one, like,
right.
yeah. And then my mother was just the one, like, oh my God, you're so great. And you're just the best. You know, so both of them, it was just a great combo. And, yeah.
So I guess your father just more coming from the realistic, as from an experience perspective, since you know he's in the music industry to some degree and stuff. He knows what comes with it. Yeah, so he was like really like, yo, take it serious. But both of them just always been so supportive. And whenever I would say like, I wanna go to London and do this, and I wanna go there and do this, they would always be like, okay, cool, like let's think about it, let's talk about it. And, so there wasn't never necessarily was there any kind of like, okay, you still need to get a real job and, you know, be financially stable type
Nah,
of
they
thing,
never hit me with that, like, and I love that. Like, they never hit me with the real job thing. They like, they knew that like you can make your money from your singing, you can make your money from like being creative. Like they were like, my dad is a creative, you know, so it was always like a little more. I would expect that or hope that he'll be a little more understanding. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I find that so great when they just accept it and they understand that like it's not really just money and job that's gonna make you happy. It's like, if you really feel like singing is gonna make you happy, then make something out of it. Understand the business of it. So yeah, so they still wanted me to study, but they didn't mind if it would be music or if it would be anything else.
They just want you to have a paper in your hand.
Yeah. And just to take it seriously.
So like seeing like, are you, what do you study now? Are you doing anything musically related or? Yeah, so I do basically music management. So I study the business of it because I was like, ain't nobody finna finesse me right now. But you never know, man. But still I was
catch
like,
you a 360 deal.
Yeah.
Going into the place armed with knowledge and thing.
And I also was like, look, it is an unsure business, and I knew that whatever happens, I want to work within the music industry. So whether that be like as an artist manager, as a singer, as a songwriter, as all, you know.
Okay, so you would actually you wouldn't mind like managing or being a
no, I actually think it's really interesting.
What do they call it? PR? Yeah, there you go. The A&R. Okay. Yeah. I see you more as an artist though. I find you don't stop that. Don't stop that.
Thank you so much.
That really got to be a last minute something. Like really, everything really got to like not work out.
So, I mean, in a perfect world, you would just do both.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah, why not?
And it is possible.
But that kind of like, okay, it's obviously the same.
It's possible,
the same world, but yeah,
like you have to, like I think you would have to achieve one first and then go for the other, and then just manage both.
Yeah, it's all about balancing.
Yeah,
because like most artists, like when they get big, they tend to then carry that role as well and then bring other artists up too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's true, yeah. And sometimes when you in the beginning, I feel like sometimes you have to choose one, because if you're working at a record label and like you're a singer, sometimes they look at you as if you only working there to like get your connects, and maybe that is what you're trying to do. But like I realized that because I did like an internship at some music companies and stuff, and like sometimes you would have to hold it down with like promoting yourself as a singer if you in there for the business of it.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So.
But then speaking of label, like you signed to anybody, or you like working with any major labels right now? Or
I have a management deal with an independent that's major affiliated with Universal. So, and it's called Maserati Empire. So yeah, and it's been really dope so far. But it's just like really new.
How long I was just gonna say, how long you been with them?
Like not very long. Like a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what exactly the affiliation was, because you know I was paying attention to the credits in your song from Baila, like in the YouTube description or whatever. Well, it's on their page, the Maserati Empire people, and it says that there's the label in the description and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So what exactly were they involved in the video process of Baila?
Well, the good thing, like when you sign to independent, or you have the like a management kind of deal, is that you have a lot of freedom. That's like one of the first things you learn, like, well, in school and stuff, is like you have a lot more creative freedom. So with everything, it was like I kind of
in control of that.
Yeah,
making the decisions creatively.
And then like they would have like someone that's assigned to like helping me out with like the creative process, and someone that's assigned to helping me out with like the other parts you have to deal with, like business stuff and marketing and PR, and
So how do you manage to balance the time between like doing school stuff and like having to do this whole sign and trying to do music a bit more serious?
Yeah, I don't know how. Sometimes it's really hard, especially now with my thesis and stuff. Like I do my thesis, and then I also trying to promote Baila, so I'm trying to say yes to everything, but then it's like, no, wait, you have to say no too because you have to study, and it's just, sometimes it gets to be a lot, but I feel like that's a part of it, man. Like, like if
that's
you want it, you
just
gotta go.
And I mean, the more success comes, is only going to be more stuff added,
like,
more
they out there like 24/7. So I'm like, man,
I just first taste and stuff.
I'm just curious how like how the planning does go with you and like, for instance, the people who are assigned to you to helping you with like whether it is music or the video or whatnot. How does that planning go around like your school?
Well, they're very like, I really love them for being so understanding of school. So they still like, get that degree, like make sure you get it, because they don't want to be like the cause that I don't get it, but they're like, but we're still going to work and do music. So when you need to get the studio, like, let's do it, and when you need to like shoot the video, let's do it. But like a lot of times, like, it's a little bit of stress because I have to follow their planning, but they also have to follow mine, because like oh wait, I have school that day.
Have to match up at one point.
Yeah, so but as I said, it's all a part of it, and it's still really exciting, and it's really like really great.
Okay, so since we on Baila already, how how that come about? First of all, let me ask that. How the song come about? Let me ask that first.
Okay, Baila.
Which one was first? The song? I assume the song was first, and then the video came, or like?
No, it came out on the same day, same time. Yeah. Baila is actually quite old, like a year and a half or something, and it was produced by Nino Boy. So shout out Nino Boy, he's really good. He's a part of our team, Island Dreamers, with David, D. Cullis, and everybody. And
Esco involved with that too?
Yeah, Esco, Sean, everybody. And then we recorded that, and then like that was in St. Martin, we did that, and then then I moved away, I think, and then I was like, like honestly, like we have to do something with Baila, because I just loved that it was like trap with like Spanish vibes.
Flair.
Yeah, and it was just a little different from me, because like, everyone know, man, I shy and I like a little bit like
that's something we was saying as well when we was watching it.
Compared to some of the other stuff that we've seen, Chanti,
we proud to see the growth.
The coming out showing a little more personality and
exactly,
a little less timidness and stuff in the video. We noticed it on camera and stuff, so we definitely see the growth.
Thank you. So that's why I was like when I heard it, and I was like, I want to do like a video that's like so not me and not what anybody going to expect, and something that had like a weird storyline. Like, you guys don't know why we kidnapped the boy, or I'm
so glad you say it, because we was really trying to find a way to like finesse this one into the interview, because I really had no
what did he do?
Did he hit one on your mother? He cheated on you? Like,
is he a millionaire?
He rich? Are you just want money? Like, what really going on?
Okay.
Can you explain the concept of the video?
Right,
how did the concept of the video come about?
Because now she's saying she can't tell us too much because like we have said there's a to be continued. Yeah. So it's like
in the second part is when you find out like, okay, but why they do that? Because it's
so there's a second part coming.
So there's a part 2.
Baila 2? Baila again?
It's whole new stuff. Everything will be pretty much new. And but I just wanted like a part 2, and I just wanted a little low-key movie kind of thing. But I wanted to leave people with like, but what the hell? Like,
you do a good job. You do a good job.
Is a part 2 already in the works? You already have the song and concept for visuals?
Yeah, the songs.
Oh, okay.
Already.
All right.
Sounds interesting. So there's more parts.
I hope I see the eyebrows there, you know.
The songs.
But about the Baila video, before we get to what all is coming next and stuff like that, with the Baila video, like how's the directing process? Like, was it just did you come up with the storyline itself? Be like, okay, we're going to kidnap this dude and do all what we do to him and stuff.
Yeah. So it was all like this theme. It's like a savage, like female savage kind of theme. And like it was inspired like by different movies. Femme fatale. I don't know if you know femme fatale. Is like a concept of like a savage kind of woman. Like she's sexy but she's like scary. And it was like
most women.
Yeah, of course. So that's what we was like. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. And then I told my friends, and they was like, yeah, let me do that. And I was like, yeah, gang. Everybody was so excited, and I was like, I'm so excited. And then I met Lisandro like at Encore, I think. And then I was like, he would be perfect in this video. And then he was down, and it was just all great. So I'm so thankful for everybody being in it. And then so then for the directing part, we brought it like with my management. Like I was telling them, and then they was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Okay, like let me get this videographer. And then I was telling him, and then like I just had so many ideas and like so much stuff that I wanted. And then he was like, okay, you know what? Would you like to like self-direct and stuff? And I was like, hell yeah, because like in my study, we learn about film and stuff as well.
Writing treatments and stuff like that.
Yeah, and just so we did that, and then on the day like we had to have like a few more things happening, but on that day was a snowstorm. It was code red. Bruh.
Wow.
Fun fact.
I was just gonna ask, like, where are you had to do the video?
Yeah.
In Den Haag, in like this old building, and like I went to some party there sometime, and then the bar looked so Spanish, and I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah. And it was just everything just looked like a little bit like what I wanted, like the wooden floors and the feel, the look and feel. And then but then there was a snowstorm, code red. We all with our suitcases dragging it in the snow because there's no trams and there's no buses and yeah.
No, dedication.
No, why? Taxi would have to get called. Something.
There was no nothing.
Snow sled. Something.
Everybody was like super cool because like it's a warm video, like it's sexy. So, and then it's like a friggin' snowstorm, and I was like,
because I was hearing snippets from your social media and stuff, and of the song. And like when I hear, like especially seeing the title and stuff like that, I was thinking of more like of a palm tree beach type vibe. And then,
but like we always have that. And where I gonna find that here? I was here, so I was
that
like,
is true.
I just wanted something that's just like sometimes your video don't always have to do with like your song, sometimes it can be a little like out of the box.
Because that was going to lead to my next question. Like, in your opinion, like what's the connection between Baila really, like what the song is about and stuff to the video?
If there is any.
Yeah.
The connection was just the look and feel, the Spanish vibes. And like in the song, I still kind of being a little savage in the song a little bit. And as I said, it's like different from what I usually do, like all sweet and stuff, So it was a little different, and it's kind of a sexy song in some parts of the lyrics. So I was like,
Saw that you wrote the song as well, you know.
Yeah.
You normally write all your music, or do you collaborate with people as well and stuff?
No, I write all my music. And
I was just gonna say you say it there just now, like I was like,
yeah, I mean, it was credited
to write all her own stuff.
I don't know, but I'm asking for. I know that she writes. I know that she writes.
It was my own thing in my head now, cause yeah.
No, yeah, I actually do songwriting like for artists and stuff.
Who have you written for? Anybody you could put out there?
The secrets.
I don't know.
You can't say who you goes writing for. You can't say who he goes writing for.
I don't really think I can say, but like one of the cool like people that I've worked with was Jillionaire from Major Lazer.
Oh,
yeah, okay. And Jessica Sanchez. You know her?
She
was on American Idol and stuff. Okay. So, she make a song with Neo and thing.
That's dope.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Like, and
were those like in studio sessions, or like you wrote the song, it got sent over?
No, in studio sessions. Like,
so you're there with themselves.
Yeah, crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was your first kind of interaction being with signed people, or like?
Nah, like in London, I worked. I did internships at like a studio and stuff, and they had like quite a lot of known people come into the studio, and then they did writing sessions, and then in the end I was like, so you know,
yeah, you gotta plug yourself in, like,
networking and stuff.
Like, so I do this too.
Yeah, so a little bit, you know, and then they were just so supportive and really nice, so they helped me out and stuff, and then I don't know, it's just like from like it started like of like 2 years ago, and then I'm like, it's when you meet the right people, and then if you do good, then they gonna
refer you.
Yeah, so like it all just worked out great, and then I trying to get into it more because I would really like to do more songwriting. I find it's really fun.
So was the experience in London your first time in like a songwriting camp, or did you have experience with those previous that prior to that?
I had like 2 before that, and then after that it was like a few more. And yeah, it was cool.
So in your opinion, what's been your most memorable moment of your career so far? It seems like you've done quite a few things so far, you know, and still like there's a long way to go from how I see it.
Long way to go. Most memorable, man.
A performance, meeting somebody, I don't know, one of the writing camps, maybe getting signed, the management deal.
Okay, now you mentioning stuff, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't know.
Okay, what was your favorite performance, or most memorable performance?
Yeah,
or what was your first performance?
Whoa, jeez, yo, you know, one of my first performances was for Academy PSVE.
Oh Lord, poor child. You had to be good because it had to have been good because I ain't hear nobody boo or nothing. You know you hear those stories one time. Yeah, you know them Academy children don't play.
No, it was just like when I was like, yeah. And then they answer me, but
wow. That sound like us though. Yeah, when I mean us, as I mean like as an island,
people.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is support. So,
well, how old you was?
But I was young now. I had just started MPC.
So that was like 12, 12, 13?
Yeah, I think I was like 13, turning 14 or something.
And you went to perform in another school? You brave.
Yeah.
You brave, man.
Yeah.
Why not start in your own school?
Why not start in your own community
even
where people know you?
I was nervous.
I mean, I wouldn't blame
Christmas
you.
shows in the month?
Yeah, I performed like twice, but I was like, boy, I ain't nobody. Don't lie, that's a little scary.
I wouldn't blame you.
I've seen people like walk out to the gym for like if they wasn't feeling whoever was performing anything at the stage. Like I've seen people leave. Like it's messed up. So I
don't know. Sometimes like I know you're not supposed to, but like I just look at people's face expressions, you know, and then sometimes like it's like, bruh, like love me now. Like, I don't know, but
wow.
I don't know.
Okay, but I mean, I'd like to think that most of your performances since then have
Why dying?
because this is Ghana. But I'd like to think that most.
You still love me though.
I'd like to think that most of your performances since then have not necessarily.
Nah, they
have been more loved. I hope
they've been great. I've been loved. And like,
That's
if
good.
you even better when you love by St. Martin people, that's why I
It's
love
true.
them. Because then you're like, wow, that's real, boy. That when they clap for you and sing, it's like,
You know, you actually have to win them over.
yeah. So that's
so-
good, man. That's really
It's
good.
true though. It's
Yeah.
yeah, good point there. If especially the St. Martin crowd, if you could win, if you could get them to support you, then you know you got something good going.
For some reason, it's always harder to get
your own people.
your own people to follow you than when
Because they got all these preconceived notions and everything. Oh, she the chick from down the corner and things like that. The way that they bring in all these extra things into like how they see you.
She used to do this and this and this, and then I went to school with her. And
Like,
then
I've heard people express the kind of opinions of like, why are you paying with like youth extravaganza and those type of things? Why are you paying $10 to see the same person that I see down the road? And like that's a lot of the mentality and some ways to get support from your own people.
Yeah, but that's just not like
You managed
so.
to pass
But
on
when
that.
they're down the road, like they're not doing that. Like you know.
that's true too.
But yeah, nah. But I don't know. I don't know which one.
Most memorable performance.
Most memorable performance. I performed in Encore like a few months ago, and that was so cool because like I don't know, everyone was singing to me and they was dancing. I was just like, sometimes I watch the video like, oh my god.
But which performance
That was
for?
for the St. Martin relief thing. Remember? Like
after
shout out
that
to
was in
Encore.
Rotterdam, right?
No,
Where it was?
that was in Amsterdam at
Encore?
Encore.
No, but Encore. Hey,
They had one
different
there.
events?
They had one
Other
of the
places.
relief things in Rotterdam.
Okay,
yeah,
exactly.
But they also
Now
had one
watching-
in Encore. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Gilla had performed at that one as well. Mm-hmm.
there was
Why?
also one in Bitterzoot.
That, but
Yeah.
but she said a couple of months ago, like that. I feel like that was like a
I don't know. When it was.
Yeah.
ago.
Wasn't that
I don't remember when it was.
And anyway,
Nah, man, it was in a year, man. It was like
because
December.
the one for Bitterzoot that has seemed like a long time ago.
From what?
The one because Bitterzoot had also thrown a relief thing
Oh,
for
no.
the whole thing, but that
I
was
hope
over.
it was not a year.
No,
No, it was like
almost a year.
December.
So
A few months, man.
like how long did you perform for the Encore thing?
15, 10. 10 to
So like
15.
3 songs.
Is that long?
No, I do like a mashup. Like I did a mashup of different like Caribbean songs, and then I slide a little bit of my own songs inside it.
But I mean, you from the Caribbean, so
Yeah.
technically your songs are Caribbean songs as well. So
Yeah, they didn't tell me I have to do Caribbean songs, but I was just like, I know you're gonna have a Caribbean crowd, and all of us need a little throwback, and we need a little home.
So what songs did you do?
I was just gonna ask you. I was just gonna
Where
ask
did
that,
you throw it back?
which
I
songs you
did
performed?
Tanya Steffens.
Which
It's a
one?
pity.
Big tune.
And I did woo, wait, hold on. It's ready for me now. I like to feel your body when it's close to mine.
That's
forget
that ain't
the
repeat.
song.
No,
I know the song, but I can't remember.
no, course, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just trying to get the lyrics. I ain't singing, dog. I know my voice. I'm a DJ.
Yo, sing.
I don't
just
sing.
What? That's a sad. What song that is?
It's
I don't know.
Move to the end. Isn't it Rupee?
Move to the
No, it's
melody.
not.
No.
Me, baby,
What the hell?
when
What
you
is
do it. I don't know why it slipped my mind.
I don't know.
I'm 400.
We all know the song. Okay, let's move on.
Passion from
Hot and groovy.
Militant.
Hot and groovy?
I was thinking
Ain't
hot
Hot and
and
Groovy from Kevin Little? No, not Kevin Little.
Oh no!
I think it's Militant.
Yo, all of us lose our Caribbean card right now.
Not
All
me,
of us.
not me. Listen here, not me.
Who say yeah?
I prefer it.
Who sing it? Who sing it?
I think it's Passion from Militant, and I hope I'm right on that one. So,
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Check it out
I'm taking your word on
and
that one. He's a musician, so you should.
nah, don't do that. Don't do that to me, man.
Aside from performances, any particular moments that you was like, this was pretty
right?
dope?
Yes.
Okay, she right.
It was Militant?
Yes.
Hot and Groovy?
No.
What the name of the
Okay.
song?
Passion.
Oh, okay.
Passion.
I don't know.
No, Hot and Groovy is somebody
How
else.
the groovy does.
I don't know.
Boy, yeah, that's
I
a
don't
totally different song.
Yeah. No,
Similar vibes.
I understand
Similar
where you get
vibes.
Hot and Groovy from. Don't worry, King. But yeah, you was asking a young lady.
Memorable moments.
Yes.
Memorable moments. Yeah, definitely the songwriting camps. Shout out to D Colors, David. Memorable moments like the video, but mainly we were nominated for like a Caribbean Music Award. And just the other day I saw it, like on the Facebook memory thing, and I was like, yo, look at that, we were so cool. Like, that's pretty cool. Back then I didn't even notice how cool I was. So it's like,
but y'all got anything like coming up together again, like any music? Hopefully that's a yes.
What a response.
Okay, with that information,
you getting the exclusives.
Yeah.
I think it's clear what I answered.
I need to get better at this.
Look at it this way.
I need some media training.
For the Breakfast Club in the morning.
Sorry. Our Breakfast Club will be like, wow, okay.
Breakfast Club. You don't give us the exclusive.
I'm sorry.
No, that's well, leave us know, and then we hopefully have because the colors be up here at all. He'll come up, Alan. Because it would be interesting to get both eye on whenever I drop, whatever I drop.
Yeah, I mean, I love to have the colors up here, have a conversation. Never met the dude. It would be cool to have a conversation.
Exactly.
I
heard the music.
I don't think I ever made. No, I don't think so. Yeah. I probably hear him here and there through like Scent and stuff like that, but I don't think I actually like
meet him.
Nah, I don't
He's
think
really
so.
Cool. He's really.
I've heard so though. I've heard so from everybody else that I talk about him. So.
On a kind of slightly different note, since you was like talking about the Caribbean song stuff that you performed for the encore thing, like, who would you say is your influences? Is it more Caribbean artists? Is it more R&B, pop? Like, what? Who influences you musically, or who are you fans of?
Man, if anybody who know me watching this right now, they already know I can say Beyonce because you already know Beyonce.
That sounds trigger word right there.
I really do. I know it's like such a typical answer, but she's honestly like so good, like with dancing, singing, acting. Like she puts on a show. So like growing up, I was like, yo, that's so cool. Like I want to be just like her. And then Caribbean wise, like I love Egyptian. Like I would like to make a song with him one day.
Yeah, me neither.
No, I love Egyptian. So
I love his songs, but performance wise, one of the worst performances I've ever had.
I've never seen Egyptian perform, so I wouldn't know.
But trust me, nobody is as bad as Sean Paul or Shaggy.
Boy, no, Sean Paul.
You judging on the time he performed in Village?
I can't me Shaggy or Sean Paul.
Yo, I see Sean Paul at least twice in St. Martin. I see Sean Paul in Anguilla. No, I'm sorry. We share the same name, but
Egyptian, the man came, like everybody was like, that was when like this man was like on top.
Holy had just come out.
Yeah, this man came out. Everybody was waiting for this man. This was Heineken Fest. It's like one of the biggest festivals in Aruba. This man came out. He sang false. I don't know. Maybe he was sick. I don't know what happened. But this man came out. He wasn't hyping out. And the thing is, he came after Mr. Vegas, and Mr. Vegas killed it.
Nah, Mr. Vegas got too much energy. Mr. Vegas put on a show.
This man got
a show, man. And
that's messed up, man.
And afterwards, this man came. I think maybe that also like messed him up because he had to come after that. But
Mr. Vegas live sound just like any song you ever heard from Mr. Vegas. Live, he sound just the same. Like I remember seeing him in the Village years ago. But
no, for people to boo you in Aruba, boy, that's that boy.
They boo Egyptian?
But yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah,
he was I was not part of it. I was more confused than anything. I was like, what happened here?
So what's your favorite Egyptian song?
Oh Lord, I mean, I like Egyptian songs as like they're not really known like that. My favorite one right now is called One More Time with Melanie Fiona, and if you don't know it, now you know. You know it? Yeah. It's so good. And then Beautiful Lady, of course. He have another song called Here I Am and I Can Feel Your Pain, and he's just a very good songwriter. I'm pretty sure he writes his own songs, but I don't want
can't put your hair on the block for nobody these days.
But like I don't know, but he's really good.
What about like in a pop genre? Because I mean, I ain't want to try and box you in, but I feel like your voice has a very pop-y kind of sound, and I just wonder if you have anybody that you like in that kind of lane, who you enjoy, who you consider an influence, maybe.
There's so many. A lot of people, like, as soon as I tell them, well, not St. Martiners, non-Caribbean people, like, as soon as I say, well, I'm from St. Martin, it's like, oh, Rihanna. Like, the one time. But she's super dope, so I would say, like, she was definitely always an an inspiration. Michael Jackson, of course. Why I can't just say off the top of my head. There's really a lot of people. But I like to look at people like songwriting wise as well, and so.
How do you feel about artists that don't write their own songs? Does it bother you anyway? Do you feel like they lose any kind of credibility, or it's just like
no? It's just sometimes really surprising. Like when I did the songwriting camps, is when I realized like, damn.
A lot of
artists don't write their own songs.
I don't want to know that because I lose respect. I legit lose respect for you.
No, I don't because like it takes a skill to sing another person's song with that kind of feel as well. Like passion. With Rihanna's songs, like you would think she write all her songs because you feel
I know.
it.
No, but I know for sure. For a fact, them fellas from the VI.
Rock City.
There you go. Them man them write a couple of.
They write a lot of songs.
They also wrote a Miley Cyrus song, and I know for sure they write Beyonce song All Night because she say like, kiss up and rub up and fill up, kiss up and rub up and fill up on you. And that part I was like, that sound very like kiss up and rub up on you. Like, come on, I know Beyonce don't talk like that.
But vernacular.
So then I see it was Rock City that wrote that one.
Yeah, I heard them on read for a lot of people, so it's...
But there's a lot of songs. There's a lot of songs that like someone might make, and then someone else would sing it maybe just out of the blue, and then they would be like, "No, you know what? That's your song."
Yeah, I hear work from Rihanna was supposed to. Yeah, it was supposed to be for Party, but Party had write it or something
he wrote
along,
it.
Something
just
along those lines.
He wrote Wild Thoughts as well.
Oh yeah,
I remember they had.
He's a very good songwriter.
Because I remember they had a snippet on going around on Facebook of Party singing Work Self, and that had sound a whole lot better than the original version. Yeah, that one part they are catching with, he had
reasons why people
it's online now though.
Drake signed him.
Yeah, to get them songs.
No, it don't look that bad if you sign to me and you writing for me. It don't look as bad. You can't really call it ghostwriting if you're in the same camp type of thing. We helping each other.
But I don't think he really make it ghostwriting because he doesn't say that
they collaborated.
Yeah, but then wouldn't he have signed the Homeboy then, or maybe
The Weeknd?
No, the fellow who they actually
Miller? Yeah, I think that was a slightly different situation. I don't think it was intended for him to come out public and for it to be known that you didn't write those songs. There was reference tracks, and I don't think that was intentional.
Okay, I asked the questions. I know nothing about this industry. This is beyond my scope of expertise. Wow. Expertise.
Yeah.
I'm glad nobody catch that.
Yeah, you know what's terrible? When you make notes so you can't read your own notes.
Wow!
Like I had to figure out one question.
Can I see the picture?
The longest while I'm not looking down at it.
That's like
we're trying to be professional goes wrong.
Boy.
But you see?
You see? And if he did it out himself, we don't never know though.
But you see, we've been through a decent amount of the questions, man. Most of them been covered already to some degree. Tell me whatever was there.
You sure about that?
You guys don't want struggle to read no more.
Whatever was there, it wasn't too important. Obviously.
Was it really?
Oh God.
Oh man.
We not do the break again this episode, right?
Nah, man. We got two cameras, so we don't need a break.
Okay, I just making sure.
Yeah, that's why we didn't break last episode neither. Because we got two cameras now, trying to be professional and things.
No, progressing. You know, small thing.
Hey.
So, Chanti, what's next? I mean, you already kind of gave us a little inkling and insight on the part 2 and stuff like that, but is there like timeline on those things to say that you think maybe it might be dropped?
Yeah, I'll like this year basically. Definitely. And I'm very excited. I'm always nervous. Always. No matter what, you know? And so, but that's a part of it, and I'm ready to put it out. Like, it's been a while, I didn't stop making music, but I didn't put anything out for a long time because I was just focusing on
other stuff.
Yeah.
On life. School.
Not really on life. Like, I was still fully doing music, but that's how I get to make all these connections now because, like, I was just working, like, on the low, like, can I help you with songwriting? Can I do this and that and this and that? And then that's how I like met people because for a long time I didn't even have like social media and stuff. I remember I deleted it and stuff. I was like, I don't want to do any of this anymore.
I think everybody get that trip too.
Yeah, but mine was long. Not like it was like 4 years, and then
you was off of social media.
Yeah, I didn't have no Facebook. And it was great. It was a good life. It was a good life, no social media.
And then it started to come to an end.
But this is what.
But don't lie about it. Social media is a lot of pressure, bro. And I'm not the biggest social media fan, but as an artist, you really need it.
Yeah.
Like as anything nowadays, like business wise, like it's really important.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different between putting yourself out there in the spotlight and just having to use it for like promotional shit.
Yeah.
I mean, what we doing, like, we kind of in, we kind of in the spotlight, but like, who's like, as artists, got to constantly be like,
like you have to
post
this much times and do this and make sure you always post your story, and it's like, yes, I know, but I do, and so.
I ain't got time for that.
The part of being an artist that I personally do not enjoy.
Yeah, me.
I like making music. I like being in the studio. I like the creative process of all of that. But like all the extra stuff that goes along with it, and I ain't necessarily a big fan of that like that.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard when you don't like people. But like it's hard to connect and interact with people. You're not the biggest fan of interacting and connecting with people, but it's a necessary part of the business.
Yeah,
I used to enjoy more like just meeting people when you perform it.
Yeah.
Because then it's like people will walk up to you, they genuinely like, they just like how you performed and thing. But now, like, especially with social media, you have like, you have a lot of followers. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, like.
What's a lot of followers, like, as an artist? Like, what?
But, you know, the pressure today is like, you need to, people are not impressed by anything anymore, you know? Like, I feel like the thing about social media is like, you always get compared. And they always look at something else, and then he's like, well, that's cool, but this person has this and this much, and you know, but as I said, it's all a part of it. But I don't really know, like I don't know what's a lot anymore.
Yeah, like what are you even like as artists? Well, I consider all you artists.
To me, it depends on what type of artist it is. What category are you an independent? Are you signed? Because that's a big difference in terms of the type of push and reach that you would get. Yeah. So you can't compare a Beyonce. You can't compare Beyonce to much people. Even if other people signed to the woman is great at what she does. Whether you like her or not, the woman is great at what she does. I ain't taking that
away from home, but come on, man, they got other people.
And respect needs to be okay. Let's pick Rihanna. She's probably the most followed person on IG and shit like that.
This is millions
and
millions. From the Caribbean.
Rihanna. Maybe Kevin Hart or the Kardashian may probably be the rivals or something.
I heard Selena Gomez is the most followed.
That's a shame.
Yes. Yes. But it makes kind of sense because it's also the time period that she was like.
What?
She's more into social. She's more the type to go in social media and do the things. Get more followers because do the things. That sounds weird.
Well, I mean, the social media
bracket. No, the age bracket. I mean, so most people that are on social media are around her age, which makes more sense. Yeah, Rihanna age people. Most of them ain't gonna go on Instagram every day and follow people like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. In a way, I'd still rather be Rihanna than Selena Gomez thing about because Rihanna has crazy power when it comes. Like, she just got to post a picture. She don't even got to tell you what clothes she wearing or whatever. It's sold out the next day, dog.
Like, I mean, Snapchat was just
that level where
Snapchat was already dying, but I mean, when
she spoke on it and killed it.
She killed it with fire, dog. Yeah.
Stock dropped and shit.
I wouldn't say she killed it, but she definitely made a huge impact on that shit.
She hammered the nail in the coffin just a little bit deeper.
But Instagram was already killing it, and then that happened. And
since IG ad stories, like, why am I using Snapchat if you do the same thing? If like that's what a lot of people.
That's why I don't even use Snapchat. I don't even have it as an app on my phone. Like,
I was just gonna ask, what social media you use the most then?
None. Like Instagram. But like I'm really bad. Like I definitely need to get better at it, but I'm doing my thing, man. I'm trying to put like little trailers and you know, but yeah, a lot of times people always talk to me about that, like, you need to post more on social media.
I actually remember Gilda saying a few times.
He was the one who helped me set up Instagram. Yeah, like, cause that was like in my second year in Holland, because I met like these producers and I was like, oh my gosh, they asked for my social media, I don't have any social media. Get up. And he was like, Chanti, I tell you needed to get social media. And I I was like, you saw
But no, but with something like that, I guess, I mean, it shows, it helps you display your artwork.
Yeah, and they always ask for that. Like, they always like, oh, well, what's your social media? And then
That's
you like...
the modern day portfolio.
Yeah.
It's that SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like most bad.
And
whatever your music.
You have any plans on doing like your own website? Or you have your own website already? Or?
Yeah, like my website going to be dropping soon. And also I thinking to do some like personal YouTube stuff as well, musically. And yeah, I just this year, I'm overcoming my fears, conquering my fears, which for some reason I have social media. and I just shy and it's just like, damn. But yeah, so I just want to put everything out. Like my mind always racing on like creative stuff. I know like every creative person has that. They're like, well, I want to do this and this and that and this and that. And then it's like, oh, well, you got to incorporate these things as well.
Why one thing at a time?
There's always obstacles. Like honestly, that I feel like that's the biggest thing for most creatives. Like they got many ideas, but it's like I don't have the resources to make this, or I don't know the person I need to get my shit out on this platform, or like.
That's when you need those.
But I realize
friends.
it's really like step by step, because like I feel like sometimes we have so many expectations, and I feel like sometimes we gotta lower them a little bit, because like my expectations is like, okay, I can drop this video right now, and then I want
plays tomorrow.
Yeah, I want like 75 million, and then I want to be verified on Instagram one time, and then I want Beyonce to be like, yo, what's good? Like, let me write this down.
Like, why am I not
You
in
know?
the Breakfast Club? Like,
I don't know.
Love me, though.
Straight up. Like, so, but sometimes you have to like trust the process and just
Trust me,
keep it going.
if anybody knows what exactly we mean, is us. Because
we on the grind.
we are on the grind.
We
I
have
feel like we could forever be on the grind now, because once you like even hit up there, you're like, you know what, but I also want.
But it depends on you as a person too. I mean, if you have that ambition to just continue growing for yourself, then thing. But if you constantly comparing yourself to other people, like what you were saying before, it's like, all right, cool, this person got this. Once I get this, I should be good too.
Yeah,
that's the problem with social media right there. It's hard. Like you just want to stay connected and maybe know what people like. Yeah, stay connected, your friends basically, but then it's always that kind of thing of like, even subconsciously comparing, and you kind of, this person always here, she going there, they out again, they doing this and that, and then it's like, but then you start thinking, but my social media ain't popping like that.
Like you could post something and be like, what? Popping, yo, and then you like you look at somebody else, and then it's like, oh damn, like.
But no, I ain't gonna lie. I my eyes were opened up yesterday because I had a friend of mine who was like, yo, these girls just go put on makeup, be like, yeah, fabulous night out, and then go right back in the bed.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that serious. I really didn't know it was that serious.
I know. Stunt for the IG.
Yeah,
I know certain friends like they make multiple pictures. With different makeup and everything, like on one day for the whole week, no, and they got post plan.
Yes.
Like, and they say going out with Boo tonight. They ain't going out nowhere, no.
Wow.
That was my reaction yesterday.
They're taking the catfishing to next level.
It's not just men too.
I was going to say maybe
like
that's for.
Like a lot of my friends.
Listen, to me, unless you're doing something like a business, it's like, okay,
Chanti, we
dropping the preview video for the LinkUp.
I really hope you're not doing
We dropping the preview video for the LinkUp tomorrow, and the interview coming up. And if you're not doing something like that and having, I understand the planned social media post if it's for a business. I said, if you just mean like my outfit, no.
But some people,
but I mean, if that's what makes you happy,
if you're a fashion vlogger or something, you showing your looks, maybe you just put together lookbooks or whatever, and different. I don't know what you do with your time.
Lookbooks.
If you're doing something like that, this is what happens when you talk to your female too much. You start getting used to the conversations, and then it's like,
I just normal like, oh, the lookbook, okay. Which one?
Nah, that passed me. That passed me. I didn't get that reference at all.
All I'm trying to say is, to me, you got to be doing some productive with it. Like, if you're just doing that just to stunt, just for likes.
I mean, I feel like if that's what you want to do, then go, girl. Like, I feel like
no, we can't promote this shit like that. No.
Yes, do your thing. Like, if you feel like taking pictures of yourself, it's it's a creative process, and doing your makeup is a creative process. It really is. But like, I just feel like we shouldn't look to social media for like validation and stuff. Like, we always like, okay, cool, like got like 200 gems.
This is what. Sorry, was I catch you with that one? Okay. Yeah, I have a thing about. I have a full about. But you're right. But okay, are you actually think with this, like, okay, now I say we because all of us use social media to a certain extent, but you think we really use it as validation?
I think for a lot of people,
I definitely think so. Like,
but like, as in, like, in what way though? Give me an example.
Like, you don't even know that you're doing it like that, but when you don't get and lots of likes on that picture, you as well feel bad. They don't like. A little bit. Something, okay, maybe not you. You
were talking last week about a different thing. Like, well, at least with the Demi one, is like, wow, no, I put up Demi one day, we get 200 views. Normally, I just get 85, 95. Like, is that not, like, whether consciously or not, that's still in the same kind of vein of what she's talking about? It may not be that you seeking the validation through the Demi video or whatever.
But then that was with a purpose though.
Yeah, but I mean, because we, like, with this, we have targets, like, not okay, like, we have expectations.
Yeah.
But then
you're trying to see the channel grow and all
that. Yeah, so it's not necessarily with me personally. It's just, based on stuff that we previously posted about the podcast. It's like, okay, cool, we, get that amount, and then versus like, homie on it was like,
what I noticed even like with my Instagram, like, and anytime I post something with DJ related, then I get a bunch of likes. And then I have like my geek stuff that I post, like with Nintendo or whatever, and then I get like 40 or 30.
For me,
so like, I don't know. I don't really. I used to care in the beginning. I used to really care.
Yeah.
But then at a certain point, I was like, yo, I feel like just posting me doing some dumb fuck on.
I think it's with age now.
True.
Chanti, how old are you now, if you don't mind saying?
Well, I'm 22.
Jesus Christ, only?
Really?
I thought he was older. I knew he was younger than me, but I thought he was older than me.
I thought you, no, but that's because I've been around you for a minute, so maybe that's why I thought you was a little bit older, but I legit think that whole, like, giving a like, caring in general about social media, or just legit what other people think, because that is social media.
I would definitely not say it's not
age related
to age, because I've seen like older women and like the affinity, the love and stuff.
But then, okay, I guess why I say that is because the I don't know if
the
it's
amount of like, oh, go like my picture, go like, but like,
but then at the same time, you don't find that you have to categorize that a little bit, because like, normal people,
are you promoting something? And if you're not one of those, why are you a grown woman on social media taking pictures?
But why not?
If it's not for validation, like you say.
That's what we trying. That's what we trying to say.
It's not a bad thing to say, hey, go like my picture. It's just what are you?
If I liked your picture, I would like your picture. No, if I liked it, I would have liked it.
But you still have to make that like, okay, you told someone you made a post. Like, if that person goes on the post and likes it, that means they actually liked it. But you don't have to like it. You could just go on and see it. It's like, okay, that's cool. But
why you don't like it if you think it's cool?
No, but I mean, the person.
Ego. That ego. That's exactly what.
But the thing is just how do you perceive that? Okay, I just got 50 likes. Does that really, if that affects you, that you only got 50 likes,
and
for example,
many people
then it's a problem.
Like, okay, now I'm the shit because I posted this opinion. Everybody liked my opinion. If it's taking it to Facebook now, for example, I posted the status. Everybody liked it, so that means I'm right. So now that goes to my head, and that you feel compelled to go and share more of your nonsensical opinions. Because not all the time it's people that might like it or whatever. I see many people that feel emboldened by the fact that they just collect likes and stuff when they ain't really saying nothing of substance.
Okay, can we just... I want to term this, so this is what we call, and we're not going to talk about this person, the Kanye effect. And just put a dot after that. We ain't talking about this person on this podcast today. But that's the Kanye effect.
I don't know,
when a lot of people agreeing, and then you get to think you're right, and everyone else wrong. The Kanye effect.
I don't know about that.
Okay, but let's not talk about it today, please. Please.
No, but then what you find... how to formulate this question properly? What... Like, yeah, no, but like, okay, we saying about... Anyway, I was making a point in the beginning. I'm losing my train of thought. I want to say too much things at once. What I say, I think, is is an age something, because like the older you read, the older you get, the older,
stop
like
caring.
you stop caring about shit. So it's like, yo,
your priorities change. But
I don't
like
care if Susie, John, and Harry don't like my picture. Like if I want to post it, I go and post it.
Well,
I mean, everybody is different. You know, we all have. Some people have a stronger, how you say, and some people don't, and I don't know, I guess it dunked off like from the person, like I guess the age sometimes too, but I guess all in all what I'm trying to say is like, regardless of likes and whatever, it's just how you take it. Like it's just like we shouldn't take it so serious. Like sometimes I see people like taking it so serious, and that's why I never wanted to really like get into it, because I feel like then I get like for me, like I know myself, like I can like continuously like watch to see like how it's progressing and going, and I just like wasting my time, wasting my day, and I just like I could be outside having a good time, and now I hear just like, you know, so I practicing I just practicing to not take it so personally or seriously, you know.
I legit lost like a friend, not okay, in hindsight not a real friend, but lost a friend just because I didn't like her birthday picture. No?
Wow.
So just keep that in mind. So certain people are like that.
So
I had a classmate that was seriously. Like, she posts stuff and then she's telling me in real life, go like my picture. I'm like,
I just do that. I'm not gonna lie, but I just do it to my girlfriend, like, yo, but you like the picture though, like but you're here telling me a little bit, but I see you like that.
This person was like legit
Chanti,
I feel like I'm not the only person who does that, but
no, you're not. You're definitely not. I had that a couple of weeks ago. Girl, we end up trading Instagrams, and like she said, okay, cool, good, now go like my latest picture. I was like, okay,
nah, I'm not like that. What? I mean, with my besties, you know, like, yo, you like that picture?
Yeah, but you see that's amongst friends. That's something different. I could somewhat understand that.
You should have
this was a classmate that was like, yo, I just post something, follow me on IG and like go like some pictures and stuff like that. And I'm like, if I liked it, I would have liked it.
I don't know.
But then maybe you didn't see it.
That's all.
No. If I liked it, I saw the picture, I follow you. You know that.
Yeah, but like, I don't see all the pictures from everybody that I don't follow.
How many people you follow? That's
now I think a little less than 500.
Well, yeah, I don't see all my feed posts.
I definitely don't see all the people that I follow.
People that post 10 pictures a day.
Thing, apparently.
So
it's just they do the same nonsense like Facebook, where they stop showing the most recent, and it's like most liked or based on some retarded algorithm, so you don't get to see everything necessarily. I
don't understand, but yeah, like I was saying, I don't see all the people I follow either, but I got like plus 900 people.
I don't follow a lot of people recently. I was like, if you don't follow me, why am I following you? So like my followers are.
But you see there. That was a little bit like.
Yeah, but for me, it's a different purpose, because I mean, I'm using my Instagram. Period. I have an IG for music purposes. Yeah. So if you ain't like my shit, if you ain't support my music, I don't need to follow your life and support you and put my energy. Yeah. I just losing energy in that way.
That's me now.
Consuming being in.
But I don't unfollow nobody, but like I just
need to be reciprocal energy. If I'm liking your shit, like my shit. If I'm like, if you following me, I don't.
I can understand that, but I guess for me, is like Chanti was saying earlier. For me, it's just not that serious. Like I got 600 and something followers, and I follow it like 900 and something. Normally the ratio to be the other way around. You want more followers than you're following people. I just don't care. Like if I like your page, I'm going to follow you. Like I could care less if you follow me back. Like
for me, it's just like I only gonna post music stuff.
Music and the LinkUp for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, and I can post my music stuff and then I'm gone, and you're not gonna see me for a while, you know. And like I just like I'm not gonna. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes we get so caught up, and now I have to think about my thesis and stuff too. So I just like.
No, but you definitely need to have your priorities. But that's the thing. But I find people put a lot on like social media. Oh yeah, you can't take it too serious, this and that. But we's the ones that's using it. So like you have control. Social media is just a tool. Like you choose how you're going to use it, or how you can legit control it.
It's an addicting tool, though.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's
okay. Yeah, I can't deny that,
find
because
yourself spending hours scrolling and stuff, and it's like, what did I learn?
It is ridiculous.
And then you're like, to study.
I just spend an hour scrolling on social media, then I switch the app and start scrolling in another app.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
The worst thing is when you go from computer to phone.
So probably
that's the worst. That's the worst. So, the other way around. You think you got your phone, like, cool, I'm going to the computer, and then I catch myself.
So yesterday probably
I don't have a touchscreen computer. I tried to double tap. I don't got a touchscreen computer. I don't know what to do.
Yesterday I probably spent 3 hours of my life just wasting looking at Murray You're Not the Father videos. but after those 3 hours I got a cool idea and I made a very funny and dope intro to a track that I'm making.
Okay,
so it came out good, but those first 3 hours was just wasted energy.
My research.
No.
Inspiration. Yeah,
I just wished I came up with the idea without me having to watch all. I got legit like 2% dumber just by watching.
Yeah, but you see, but that's the whole thing is research, because you wouldn't have got it if you didn't spend in those 3 hours.
The recording has been stopped.
Hey. No, but I mean, ain't picking up. So battery. Yeah, I gonna die in a bit.
How long are we going for? How long is going for so far?
We are the hour right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just in 59 minutes.
Corneo.
Why that battery died so early though? I feel like that battery should last now.
We need to invest in it.
We need more battery.
Yes.
Yeah. We need something to sustain the video and stuff like that. I mean,
future things.
I think our listeners enjoying looking at Chanti.
I think that's, yeah. I mean, that's why you get the HD. I mean, they had better figure than Jay.
Okay, I'm gonna say it now. If we get when another guest comes up and you see the phone here, then you know.
If the guest come in,
I said nothing. The views expressed were the views of Woods and
Don't look me in that, Biggs. Don't look me in that at all. But okay, let me ask this now. Since we're a little bit off topic in general, how you feel like the music scene in scene is in general, like for everything from like
in St. Martin.
No, I mean I don't want to say St. Martin, because that to me that's kind of limiting to like soca and like the few other people that like doing things. But I just mean in general, everything from like how everybody going more racial and everybody going more political and everybody trying to be more serious with like everybody have to have a message in the music and shit like that. Like how you feel that you going in that same direction, or like you going more like, you know, life is cool, island vibe, everything is okay.
Nah, and I don't. Boy, that's a good one.
I mean,
I felt like you was going to ask me something like that, though. So I was like, I probably should prepare. But okay, look, from the heart, I feel like we always say to write what you feel and stuff and have a message, but sometimes that could be quite difficult sometimes to like. I feel like to write like exactly how you feel, because sometimes you don't even know how you feel. Like I've had this conversation with someone before, but like in my music I definitely want to express like something that I feel that you feel, or like bring across a message, but that's for me, like. But I don't want to put too much pressure on myself to bring across a message just yet, because I don't want to bring something across that I don't believe in myself. So I want to, like, I feel like we have to be careful with a lot of things we say these days. Everybody very
but
sensitive.
You find as a good as an artist, you don't find as a little bit limiting, because I feel like you're not, because you have that. Okay, let me say this is my view and my personal thought. Yes. But because it seems like because you have that already in your head that everybody's so sensitive, like you kind of limiting what you're saying as an artist.
Look, whoa, look. First of all, look. I feel like we definitely should bring across a message. Should try to. Whatever we can do to help through our music, like we definitely should, because like sometimes we don't realize it, but music really does impact a lot of people. But with these days, I don't feel like there's that many messages in music, like, to be honest. Like when I hearing rappers, okay, let's say except for like the recent stuff with Childish Gambino and
J. Cole.
That's
J. Cole. Yeah, but
that's where my question was going to end up.
But that was like, that just happened. Like before that, okay, they've been doing that, but before that, like, to be honest, all I was hearing was like the the rappers, like we had a project in school about but the sexualization of women in music, like, it's always been a thing, and I guess it will always be a thing. But like it just getting so hardcore in what you hearing, like, and I like, should I be rapping this right now? Like he just say like he gonna F this girl and then send his friend to F her and then do this, and it's just like.
How do you feel about her?
About her, the singer? I love her.
I mean,
wait, what? There's somebody named her?
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
I'm sure you've already heard a song from her without even knowing it's her.
Focus.
If you watch Dear White People Season 2, one of her songs was in Dear White People Season 2.
Season 2? Yeah. I didn't start watching it yet. I was like, let me just read my
ain't trying to, drop no spoilers, but that's...
Watch it. Season 2. Anyway,
season 1 is great, so I'm excited for season 2.
Season 2, no, but I guess with the whole, why I asked that question in the first place, because I was gonna bring up the whole Childish Gambino.
This is America.
Yeah, well, I just watched that video today. What do you think about the video?
Yo, to be honest, like at first I was trying to get it. I get it, but I know that there's a way deeper message in that video. Like, I know that everything was thought out, like, really good in that video. Like, and I saw today, like, it was down to, like, the pants he was wearing. Yeah. Was, like, from KKK or something. And, I don't know for sure, but that's what was in, like, the online articles. But, yeah, like, it was a deep video. It was really deep, but
I still trying to wrap my head around it, because I was just curious how you had think about it, because I'm not afraid to say I'm real ignorant in a lot of the fucking messages that probably was going on in that video, because I legit after King played for me, I was like, huh?
Okay, cool. Well, I didn't understand it completely, but I feel like that's because, like, maybe I didn't know enough
about the topic.
Yeah, I didn't know enough about it, because I know a lot about the topic, but I guess I didn't know enough, so that's why I didn't want to speak on it too much, like, because I don't want to say nothing.
I'm really wrong. And
that's wrong, you know?
To say slavery was a choice. I understand.
Wow, guys, I didn't even go
in terms of, like, in terms of speaking your mind, in terms of, like, being an artist and thing, it really depends on also the genre. Because historically,
the battery
like
died.
hip hop and
well, just so the listeners know, that's why you probably can see a black screen. I don't know if the camera behind us is there. We'll find out in post.
Yeah.
Let's put a nice picture.
in terms of making political statements, like hip hop, well, that was like the origin, you would say, of hip hop. And it's glad still to see like semblance of it like popping up here and then.
Yeah. It is.
And at the same time, rap also became really mainstream. So you have now two sides, not battling, but there's not a balance, obviously.
What do you mean way more mainstream? You mean like with the
like it has become it's become like very, I don't want to say
Gucci gang.
Yeah, so like
gang.
But also not even that. Like but like. And I like that song now, and I ain't even gonna lie. Like, low-key is like, cause you can't, like, after a while, you're gonna be saying it, like, just like you just did. Like, sometimes.
I mean,
Sorry, Sean, this last hour respect for me.
Whether you like it or not, it's catchy.
Yeah, it is.
It's repetitive, so it's catchy.
But that's what I mean. Like,
let me talk before you give me the eye, bro. Look, it's just what they say. Like, I guess I just not the biggest fan of like the super trap, but like sometimes I like it when I'm feeling a little gangster, you know.
You like to hear nonsense, as we
no, but I don't like to hear like what they say, like drugs wise, and like it just feels so like, bro, like.
Yeah. But that's the message that they want to push. So that's what when I hear that type of rap, I call those type of raps mainstream rap, because that's the message that's
what the
quote unquote the industry is pushing.
Yeah,
that's what you hear most on the radio. That's why I call it mainstream. And for me, mainstream rap, it's not bad per se.
No.
But at the same time, it's not what I... It's not what I want to hear when I'm at home. Like in the club, fine. I could hear Gucci Gang.
I can't hear it. I tired sometimes. Like sometimes maybe a little bit turned. But then by not, I just like, bro, like you just play this song and the other songs sound just like this.
Maybe I'm looking at it from a DJ perspective. But like at home, like what I listen at home and what I play in the clubs are usually two very different things.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel it should be though.
And
at the club, you're not playing for yourself.
But I mean, I still listen to dancehall at home.
But as a DJ, I guess it's different if you play, because sometimes you play the music for the people, right? So
yeah, that's what I mean. It should be a distinction between the two, because you're not gonna play. I mean, if you're a good DJ, you're not gonna play for yourself in the club.
But I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like music does have an influence on the way like you are sometimes. Like it does have an influence on you. Like even if you might, like you can disagree for real, but I do feel like listening to that constantly, like I don't know, it can affect you in some ways. And if you listen to a song that's like deeper, like me, sometimes I like to listen to Lauryn Hill, like, because she would have such a she would have such a message, and then sometimes you stop like, yo, like that was for real, like that's how I feel.
I had that with J. Cole's latest album.
Yeah,
I always wonder like how, to me, I never really noticed it like consciously, but I always wondered how Eminem's music affected me and my relationships with women. And like, I mean, I grew up on Eminem, we all know what Eminem's music.
Yeah, I think it
sounds
had
like,
some kind of role.
Yeah. The stuff that wasn't necessarily the singles and things, the songs like Kim and Puke, and not to say that those is what I was listening to on the regular, but I mean, I just think about it sometimes. Like,
okay, I want to ask this question, but don't want to get into it too much.
But how are you doing that? You say Kanye West, but don't talk about it.
Yeah, because it's like that too. Is along those same lines. First of all, do you listen to Kanye?
Oh God, I said
I just want to hear, because she's an artist, I want to hear a whole specific thing from it. That's what I said. I don't want to go too deep into it. Do you listen to Kanye?
Not really.
Okay. So
Sorry.
I know, I me neither. But then my whole thing is, with all that going on with Kanye, no. Would you be able to? Are you interested in listening to his album? Let me ask it that way. Are you any more interested in listening to it now because of the controversy?
No. I honestly no, but I don't know if.
Why I ask that is because is Kanye West somebody you can separate the art from the artist?
You see that, I don't know, like. I don't know. That was a deep one, because a lot of times I preach that to some people, like to separate the art from the artist, because like, let's say some people don't support like gay people, but I feel like that have nothing to do with the great songs that they're making, and like it just what they do in their personal life have nothing to do with like
this is why
the songs.
Perfect.
But
if so,
to another topic.
yeah, if so, then
so
a lot
with
of
that
artists
being said,
with a lot of artists from the 80s and 70s that I still listen to, I'm sure they had some views that I would totally not agree with. But I can't then say, okay, I'm going to listen to those tracks knowing that some of these artists did certain things that I don't agree with, and at the same time say I ain't gonna listen to Kanye's album because he's spewing nonsense right now. Like, I will still listen to it and I will have an opinion on it.
To this topic, I have like two questions, because one would be then, I saw there was a lot of, or at least not necessarily backlash, but just for example, dealing with all the Colin Kaepernick situation, talking about the national anthem and all of that. A lot of people talking about like, let's look at the history and thing. Like, this anthem itself was never for black people and thing. Because the dude who wrote the song and thing, I don't remember if he was a slave owner, but he was a racist in any case like that. And in certain verses in the song, like the second or third verses, they got some lines and things in reference to the slavery. And it's like, so I mean, and when you're looking at that, a boycott national anthem and thing, it seemed like in that instance it's just okay, song and art. Maybe that's a bad example since the song itself has those kind of messages. But then let's look at R. Kelly, for example. Since they got his whole Spotify, since they got this whole thing with Spotify removing Triple X Tentacion and R. Kelly's music from all the playlists and stuff like that based on they got some new hate content policy and blah blah blah. How do you feel about that, Chanti?
Well, I saw that this morning. And I kind of...
You agree? Or you don't?
Well, with R. Kelly, like, yeah, I get it. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm becoming like a real feminist, you know? So,
no, I mean, you gotta say,
like,
you gotta
that whole movement that they had, and then they had mute R. Kelly or something. I mean, he been doing quite some things for some time now, you know? But I mean, if you do that... Yeah, like you gotta go to the I don't know, they're gonna have a hard time, I feel like, with this whole thing, because like I don't know if they're doing it just with like what they really did, like physically, or like is it also like just what they're saying in their lyrics.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Because currently it seems as though they're going straight like with R. Kelly, at least currently. I know we know he's done some shit in the past and whatnot. But currently is allegations and stuff. There's no. There what was the proof? Has he been locked up? What like
there was
that's what I mean.
He's had a lot of court cases. I believe
many
like
things
about
that have been dismissed and he has not been proven guilty. And this is what my thing is.
Even a peanut on a little girl. Like even that.
Like if you want to go to that, that could be like cool. We see now. We know he did that. If you're trying to tell me, okay, based on all what happened in the past, him marrying Aaliyah when she was 15 and stuff, we know you've been doing some pedophile.
We know you're nasty.
Yeah,
you're nasty.
My thing is just, are we going strictly off of allegations? Are we going is an allegation just enough? Because according to me, I'm not sure, I can't say 100% certainty with the Triple X Tentacion guy, because I really don't care enough about him to know all the details about his situation. But I know he got some legal case as well. Yeah. But according to me, I don't think he was proven guilty or he was locked up. Or
I find it just a shame. Look, I always look at it like this. Just separate the art from the artist. It has to be a standard. Because why? Let's say the Michael Jackson thing was flip around and the Michael Jackson thing, if we talk about Michael Jackson,
his
right?
music will be removed too?
What?
Or should it be?
I mean, but all the allegations that Michael Jackson had. All the allegations that Michael Jackson had.
So you don't know about him feeling up children, the amount of press that he got, all the allegations, exactly my point about R. Kelly's situation.
It's so messed up because the kid came out and said that they did it for the money and stuff.
And R. Kelly accusers, they was on tape saying, I'm here by choice, I'm 23 or something like that, and I'm here, I want to be around R. Kelly. I understand if you're talking about the underage things, you can't consent those issues. But if you're over the age and you consenting,
well, you hold it bias.
I like Michael Jackson a lot too, so that's why
you hold it a bias towards MJ.
When that was
too difficult.
When that was coming up at that time period for me, because I really love Michael Jackson. Like I own all his albums till this day. It's in my room. So
like, that's why Michael Jackson music. I don't care who say what.
Yeah, like, but that's why I look at this situation the same thing. Like if it comes to light that we already know with R. Kelly, but there's certain songs I still like, and it's not just him making those tracks. It's a bunch of other people that. So let's say I made a track with R. Kelly, like our Ignition, for example. I made a track with him. Now I can't say I made that track because R. Kelly did some dumb Fs. I don't even want to curse anymore. I feel dirty.
Man say he feel dirty.
Yeah, I just feel dirty. I don't know.
Look, I don't know about that, but I feel okay. My question to you guys now is like, okay, in these songs, with some rappers, right? I really feel like is on the verge of like being a little controversial when it comes to women and what it's saying, like basically saying sometimes they say some rape stuff, like
some
cool, so I can be honest here.
With Slab and not from Trees.
Okay.
Or like
that was just a video. The video was exactly the song.
And then running train and like drugs on the women and just make her do this, and I don't know, like sometimes I feel like wow, and you just sitting here and you just rapping that, and I don't know.
Okay,
like,
okay.
It reflects our reality.
Before we answer that question, let me ask one for you though.
What was the question though?
No, or like how
do you feel
how do we feel about it? Before we answer that, you didn't sing that song from TLUP, My Crew, My Dog.
No.
Yes,
Do you sing that song when it comes out? Do you sing the chorus? No. Answer. Do you sing the chorus?
I refuse to answer this question.
Yo, that was a all types of people.
Okay,
Yo,
exactly.
Straight, what I've seen all
it had
kinds of
some
people.
other song.
You a trap song.
But yo, look, right?
I've seen all kind of people sing along to
I've
that
seen
song.
the biggest of
From them,
What? Yo, the biggest of homosexual go off
When I sing
on
that song,
tune.
Like when I sing that song, what is this? You just sing a song just now.
Yeah, that same one from TLUP. Yeah.
Lord, man.
Yeah.
Maybe and
I don't say fire burn them or nothing. I don't say that part.
but
I just skip it.
That's what you're trying to lay.
I just say no, and then I go on because it's my childhood and I can't help it.
You know, for me, there was like a long time period I didn't even know like what the lyrics actually meant.
You didn't know you was unaware of what Chichi Man was.
No, like legit, like look,
Like the title of the song is Chichi Man.
yeah, I really did not know. Look, you have
Talk
to keep in
about
mind
being
the context. Look, I grew up in
I didn't know
Aruba,
what the
right?
song was when I heard it. So I
grew
mean,
up
like
in
giving the man a little.
I grew up in Aruba, so like
Song,
certain
American
Oh
culture.
my gosh, I know a song.
TLUP?
Yeah.
Oh, that no. I
You know which song? Oh wait,
I know.
I lose it again.
No, okay, anyway.
Oh yeah, kicking she back door.
Yo!
But I find out this year or January, right? Yeah, this year that song was basically about rape apparently.
Yo.
But I've been singing it to
Ignorance
all my
is
Dutch
bliss.
friends like, guys, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of this song. Kicking she back door. And I was like, I've been preaching this song to people. And
Yo!
ignorance.
But it's even better because you can imagine like innocent little Chanti kicking she back door.
And I used to be in the village like kicking she back door. Kicking she back door. And I just was like, this is a great song.
No, but anyway. Why I really asked that is to flip it on you, because even for instance your song Baila.
Oh,
What's the big difference between you sexualizing or like putting things out there by yourself versus a man doing it and having the girls in the background regardless of the lyrics of the song?
that's why we can do it too.
Agency.
What?
I mean, that is be the big thing is about if it's a choice. Like, to my understanding, then trying to answer shit that was based on feminism, me being me, but I mean, like, it's a difference if Beyonce decides to dress scantily clad and stuff like because she's making the choice. The issue comes in when men decide to
Thank
shame
you.
her or
But-
whatever
but-
it is
but
for making those decisions.
wait, time out.
See?
No,
That's my answer.
time out. The chicks that be in those videos, you telling me they not there willingly?
Okay, but that wasn't my question,
Depends.
bro.
Are you just being used as a prop for male pleasure, or are you the one that's deciding that you want to dress that way for?
No, but Chanti
Because you
was
feel
saying
like
about the
looking sexy.
lyrics. The lyrics.
No, okay, no, I understand, but I understand that. That's why I'm going back to it. If you as a woman in a video clip like that with those kind of lyrics, is that not stating that you support the
Well,
song?
maybe that's her. Maybe she's just trying to make her bread. But I feel like, okay, sometimes I just vibe out to the song because I can't help it. Could the beat just be like hard, you know? But the lyrics sometimes are like I don't know if I should be like really singing this. Like sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it just made me feel a way when I hear how they talk about women and how like I don't know. I feel like some guys like lose a little bit respect for women. Like it's not like how it was before in the 90s or whatever, you know, with R&B.
You're definitely right.
Because
you're definitely right. Because now everything's about taking your bitch, singing your bitch, you know.
And how much times you hear that in a song, and then as I said, like I don't know, the thing with like I hear him say like F. I don't cuss.
That's okay. We should try to be more like that.
F a beep, and then pass it to the click or something like you know, and then put it in a B throat, and I was just like.
You know, with rap, like it's very murky because like even like in the 90s, like if you look at like all of these rappers,
was a lot worse.
Yes, when the way they talk about women is like, and with certain rappers,
listen to old school Ice Cube. Listen to old school Ice Cube. Listen to old school Ice Cube and NWA. The amount of faggots and cracker, like rap was way more. I understand, but I'm quoting what the man said.
Oh, okay, that's what you say.
And we were Disney for a minute.
The amount of faggot and cracker and like every racial epithet or whatever, any word that you may think is forbidden, listen to some big pun stuff. Like if you listen to the amount how sexually explicit the lyrics go, like things now have become a lot more tame in certain
aspects. Sorry,
I don't know though, because
in certain regards, things have become a lot more tame.
Like between the 70s and the 80s, to me there was two extremes of it. They had what you were saying is 100% correct. The big puns and the rap, everything was like really vulgar. But then
there was Public Enemies and those type of things.
But then at the same time, they had like the real legit R&B love tunes. Like that was a complete different thing to me.
R. Kelly was part of that, no?
Yeah, R. Kelly,
but he wasn't doing gospel too, so I a little confused. That's what you see.
Amazing music for many years. The man has done everything.
Yes, but I don't know. When I was small, that just used to confuse me because like my aunt used to listen to his gospel music. And then I had known him from like bumping
exactly.
And so I was like, wait, so how you doing both of that?
But okay, I mean, okay,
rappers rap about certain things and then they say,
but where do you draw the line? That's just my question. Where do you draw the line?
That's my thing as well. Going back to your question, you had asked us like, what do you consider with the lyrics? But I mean, if a girl singing the same song that's supposed to be degrading women, then I'm like, okay, cool, maybe it's alright.
Eve. No, not
Kim.
Eve.
Yeah, but you could argue. I think you could argue those women trying to.
Myself, the moment I said, I was like, no, not Eve.
To me, those women trying to, for lack of a better term, nigger their I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. They're trying to
take back the power and
yes, exactly. They're trying to empower their own sexuality and stuff like that. That's what I mean by when I said nigger.
To me, it's quite simple. Treat people on an individual basis. Who are you talking to? Does the person you're talking to, if I know you and I know your name is Kana, I know you prefer to be referred to as Kana, I'm going to refer to you as Kana. It's just that simple. I'm not going to assume that based on what some other person say, it's cool for me to call you a nigga because I don't know if you cool with being referred to as a nigga or not. Yeah. But because rappers say it and that's how they refer to black people, I'm not going to assume based on that I'm going to call you that same way. Just because Chanti here, I'm not going to call her a bitch or nothing just because Lil Kim calls herself a bitch and things like that.
Yeah.
To me, that's a good point.
I guess that's where you draw the line. Like you know how to separate the music from
for me,
reality.
It's just people living the truth. To me,
a lot of these young kids live these lives.
I grew up on Eminem.
If drugs every day.
If the vernacular that they learn to refer to a female person is bitch, if that's literally the way, if I pull him in an interview and that's the way he will talk and explain his scenario, I can't be upset with this man for using the tools that he was given, that he has to express his reality. I can't be upset with that because that's a large part of what hip hop is.
But that is when it comes again when you put a message in your songs and you wanna, I don't know, make a good change.
But not everybody can be J. Cole.
Not everybody conscious. Not everybody intelligent enough. And not everybody is self-aware enough to give those type of perspectives. And
they just think about making money.
I don't know if you guys know this show on Netflix. I'm obsessed with it right now. It's called The Good Wife. I really like stuff about law and stuff. So that the Damie thing was really cool. That she just did that. But one of the latest episodes was actually a criminal who raped a lady and stuff, and he made a song about it. And in the song, he basically had say like what he do, right? But the song was really catchy and really good, so it actually hit the #1 charts and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's similar to
was that white man?
Yes.
Sound like some Caucasian shit.
Nah, don't say that. I don't know. Okay,
Bobby
cool.
Shmurda did
What do you think Bobby Shmurda in jail still?
Yep.
Caught a body about a week ago.
Yo,
So So the whole thing was like, some people were suing him, like they want. Oh yeah, the daughter of the mother that had got raped, she was suing, like he can't be making a bunch of money because he was getting like $1 million in royalties or something.
For my mother traumatic experience.
Yeah.
Sounds like Eminem.
Yeah,
except he made not, I don't know what Eminem did, but I like to think he's not in jail, so he never did.
But then it was like creative freedom and.
Because Eminem, it's kind of weird because he has like a very weird way, like. He had like, from what I perceive, because I don't know the man. He has a very unique way of expressing his anger, and he uses certain words to visualize.
Yes, I'm a metaphorically kill my wife in like 6 songs, and that's how I'm gonna deal with my anger.
So but he didn't do it. So that's like his wife's alive. Yeah, his ex is alive. I don't know if he's married, but that is his way of expressing it. And I know it's not like look, I'm not trying to defend the man or anything. He makes good tracks. Some are very positive and some are very negative. But let me just say this. I look at music the same way I look at like people that write books, people that write movies. You can't put so many restrictions on a person's writing whatever. Because it could be that I'm just making a song and I'm linking like maybe this album to a terrorist, for example. You cannot then tell me I'm promoting. I'm just, no, he inspired me to make this album. It would be the same thing if like a director is making a movie based on this person. So we have to really be like very careful on like how we perceive certain things, because sometimes it's not even that. Like,
I understand where you're coming from, but to me it just all depends on how close it ties to each other. Because like I said last week with the Kanye example, it's becoming increasingly difficult to split the artist from the person when you're making Ye versus the people and you talking in your music about ridiculous nonsense about how you brought love to the MAGA hat.
That's a different.
In that type of situation, it's really hard to separate because they're becoming one in the same, and that way, at least the political views and the artists and stuff.
That's why you have to look at a case by case basis.
But that's why I don't understand like the whole feminism thing when it comes to that. Let's let the whole bitch word. Like, if you don't like it, if you don't like somebody calling you a bitch, then don't be using it as a term of endearment either. But I guess that's my whole stance. That's my stance on the word nigga. Yourself. Yeah, that's my stance on the word nigga as well. So, but I guess that's just me personally.
I just saying assuming it's cool to call nobody a bitch, because I'd rather not deal with those problems. I'm gonna call you a woman. I'm gonna call you your name, whatever that is.
Like, exactly.
I'm gonna avoid problems that way. And to me is it's quite simple. I'm gonna let it up to the people who have a stake in the matter decide what the rules are. It's just that the same, because you ain't never I don't think you ever come to a consensus on, okay, how do all black people feel about N-word? Do we think white people can say it? Do we think white people shouldn't say it? To me, white people just should not be in that conversation. It has nothing to do with you. When it comes, like, your only input in that thing is from a perspective of potentially causing pain or like offending the people and things like that. I feel like, why do you need to claim to want to say this word? Let black people decide whether we want to call each other, and leave us decide whether we think it's ignorant or not, perpetuating it and not, and like, let us decide that. Same way, if women want to call each other a bitch, I'ma let them do that. That has nothing to do with me. I just ain't going to assume I'm gonna call you a bitch and whatever, just to be on the safe side. It's just that simple for me.
Yeah, make a lot of sense, actually.
I try sometimes. Every now and then I try to make sense.
That was a good one. You hit me.
No, but I would assume you would feel the same way, Chanti, because if I'm mistaken, I got a good bit of your tracks on iTunes, and you don't use.
No, I don't.
You don't, but I mean, not too long as you say you don't cuss. I mean,
I don't cuss, so it don't really make sense for me to cuss in my song.
But I mean, okay, no, that wouldn't make sense. Cause I was gonna be like, your videos don't really be exploiting nobody either. Cause I mean, I think Baila, this is like the most quote unquote sexiest.
Yeah. So far.
I know. Yeah, no, I mean, you're 22?
Yeah, it's just
you got a long way to go, man.
Sexy ain't a bad thing, though.
And I don't feel like it's too sexy either. Like, I feel like it was it was good.
It's fully done.
Yeah. It's just...
Right?
tastefully done.
It's just sexy compared to what, if anybody been following you, compared to what you would normally be putting out. Which is completely true.
Yeah.
But
someone asked me, don't you think your video is a little erratic? I was like, nah.
Speaking of that, before we think, how has been the feedback for the video? That's something I wanted to ask earlier.
Really good. I was very nervous, because I know it was very different for me. So I was feeling like some people might think that, I don't know, people always have
things. But have you had any negative criticism from it yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm waiting. But like so far it's been really good, and like people, what I really love is people were understanding the creative like part of it. Like I got like a comment about I don't know, just the words that we use in it, and but I don't know, it was really good feedback. So
in reference to the words, in what way? Like there was good, bad words, like
no, that like maybe we should just like tone it down with like I don't know.
So like too sexy at one point. It's not like you're trying to go in that direction. Like that's where the comment was going.
No, like I don't know. Everybody, some people are very different. Like some people see me still as little Chantal. It's hard for
you grow up.
Yeah, I did it. So it's hard for people to remember that, like, yo, I'm 22, like,
you're a young lady, yes.
And my mother and father see it, and they was like, yeah, gang, and I was like, cool.
See, once your mother and your father's thinking, like, screw everybody else.
Yeah, like then it's like, what are you talking about? My mother was like, it was sexy, but it was classy at the same time, and I was like, yeah.
I can agree.
Yeah, so, so I was like,
I could definitely agree with that one.
And then I don't know, I feel like sometimes you have to think about a lot of things when you put in a video, but then at the same time it's like, bruh, just accept me.
You just have to have the
love me. Just love me.
That should be the title.
That should be the title. Just love me now.
Yeah, love me now. That's all I want. Like
oh God, you gotta make a song like that. Love me now.
Love me now. And that would be the realest song I ever make, because that's all I want from you guys. Just understand me and love me.
Just love me.
If you don't understand it, then just love me.
Yeah. Show unconditional love. Even if you don't understand it, just love me now.
But
everything. But the feedback been good, man. I'm excited. Next time I want to go even harder. So like, yeah.
I feel your own self, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to go up.
That's how it's supposed to be. You can't be plateau. Yeah. Plateauing and.
But I guess sometimes that makes it a little hard. Because this video was shot with a red camera. And, so like that's a real good camera, and that's a little, so so it's like the next video have to be even better, so that mean
So what college tuition then?
But I don't. Yeah, we got somebody.
Somebody here.
Yeah.
What happened?
Boy, I missed something.
Don't play with me, because I'm really a scared person.
Boy, I missed something too. No, I don't know
you
what
guys will see me run.
We began.
But for real.
We've been here for an hour and a half, so things about nearing that time that we should start wrapping up. So, Miss Chanti, I was just wondering, what would be your final parting words for the people? What would be the message you want them to take away from all of this?
Apart from going and
listen to the
Baila,
well, first of all, go cop Baila. First, I would just like to say to you guys, thank you so much for having me. So kind of you and supportive.
No problem.
And it was really a good conversation. I was a little nervous, where it was gonna go, like, and how it was going.
It went too far.
It was perfect. But I was like, wait, I have to call you Kana.
we appreciate the consistency.
He was like, just talk, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. Let's talk about what.
We just having a conversation.
Yeah, that's all it is. We try to just put our Caribbean people out there, even though it's been mostly St. Martin people lately. But we try to diversify.
Gang, it's all good.
Yeah.
To diversify.
Yeah, but to the people, with the topics we talked about today, don't take every everything too serious or too personal. Love me, love yourself.
Love me now.
Love me now, and love yourself, and just live life and conquer your fears, because that's what I'm doing, and it's hard, but we're gonna do it.
Okay.
So, yeah, and stream Baila and go watch the video and share it if you want.
So we know you don't go on social media, but I mean, I think you should live that for the people that just...
Yeah, no,
you see, like,
this is definitely a way for you to improve. So give the people your
and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Hey Chanti. Oh yeah, at Hey Chanti. And so that's HeyChanty. And like, if you see me, you could just be like, hey Chanti. So that's why I named my Instagram like that, because like we cool like that.
If you follow it, just type love me now.
Yeah,
I think I would put that.
That could be a hashtag. I will tell you everything. That could be a hashtag I could promote this video with though.
Yes, do it. Because why not?
I don't know. Love me now.
You don't know that. but yeah, that should be everybody.
And then Facebook?
Facebook. Oh yeah, I made a Facebook page. So
oh yeah, I see that. We
got like 500 likes now.
Yeah.
So
you know?
let's keep it up. Keep going. Okay, that camera. Keep going.
Hopefully it's still on.
If I don't delete everything by the end of this year.
Don't do that, please.
Nah, man. Now, maybe my personal stuff, but this will stay.
Yeah, keep okay.
I'm here to stay.
Keep the Chanti stuff.
Love me now. And it's Chanti, so Chanti music. Yeah. And
you have Twitter?
Nah, I ain't got Twitter yet.
Okay.
Yet, guys. Do you guys have Twitter?
I have it.
I have it just to follow businesses. Like, not
Cool.
like.
Do you still use Twitter?
No.
Yeah, I'm mostly active on Twitter.
Really?
More than Instagram. Yeah.
Whoa.
But
okay,
I see a lot of
need to
news
get
from
that.
Twitter as well. So I mean,
Twitter is like, it's very like...
it's still usable.
Yeah, people still use it. I just not want to.
It's active.
That's what I was going through the words.
Facebook, Instagram, Hey Chanti, Chanti Music. Thank you for having me.
Kind of your social
Yeah,
medias
with
and
all
books.
that, yeah, you could check me at Jesus, yeah, I'll just figure this out. Mr._Labega on Instagram, and that's all you need to follow me on. You don't need my Facebook.
You can check me. I change everything, by the way. You can
not
check me
Bizarre
on Woods the Chosen, because I had to.
Okay.
Woods the Chosen. Okay.
Yes, because I have a manager.
Ooh.
Okay.
And
this is for the DJ, or this?
Yeah,
is for,
and
okay.
I got some advice, and he told me, look, Woods, your name Woods now.
Your name would
You should be somewhere involved instead of environmental.
I mean,
Yeah, because environmental is like my nerd persona. So a lot of my gaming friends and things,
like that.
So, but he was like, nah, dog.
Oh, so
your SoundCloud is Woods the Chosen, so you have to make everything Woods the Chosen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You know, a little Maggie get you plug, but I had to say this, before we close off quickly. Guess who back on Facebook?
School dog.
Guess who back on?
Yeah.
Guess who back?
Yeah. I admitted it on
Facebook. This and that. I ain't going back no more. Look who's coming back on it.
But my school post all of the files on Facebook. I had no choice. It was either go on Facebook or fail.
Because we tell him this was going to happen. We tell him. We said at some point it's going to make you fail. You have to be back on your Facebook for some
now
reason.
you could share the podcast on Facebook again.
Yeah, this positives.
Oh, thank God.
And then, with that being said, like always, if you have anything, any other topics y'all want us to talk about, hit us up on the Facebook page, the LinkUp, on the Instagram, the LinkUp 392,
Yep.
or the Twitter that's still yet to be put up properly. Yeah. And if you have anybody else you want us to have up on the podcast, again, the LinkUp podcast on Facebook, the LinkUp 392 on Instagram, or you can hit us up personally and let us know how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we'll see you the next time we link up.
Bless.
Bye.
Poppin'.